Let's check up. Let's check up. Pull up a chair for the Midweek Checkup now.
Welcome to the Midweek Checkup. My name is Lindsey Blair, and I'm here with Gilles. Pastor Jonah Sage preached from 1 Kings chapter 13 this past Sunday, verses 1 through 10.
Jonah said that God keeps his promises even when we don't keep ours. If you missed the sermon or need help remembering, you're in the right place because it's time for the Midweek Checkup.
So Jonah began by saying that God is with us. God is leading us, a family together on earth as it is in heaven. This is the design, but we wanted a king. God had promised that one day he would make everything right, and God warned what kings would do. Chapter 13 marks a turning point in Kings. This chapter begins by saying, at the Lord's command, reminding us who is in charge. At the end of chapter 12, we learn that Jeroboam had built shrines and altars to idols all over Judah. And just as he's about to worship his false gods, a man comes to him.
God is announcing the humiliation of Jeroboam. This is an announcement of the end of a divided kingdom, the end of Jeroboam's reign. God is announcing the failure of Jeroboam's religion. Verses 4 and 5 say, when King Jeroboam heard the man of God speaking against the altar at Bethel, he pointed at him and shouted, "Seize that man!" But instantly the king's hand became paralyzed in that position, and he could not pull it back. At the same time, a wide crack appeared in the avatar, and the ashes poured out, just as the man of God had predicted in his message from the Lord.
In every step of this story, God shows that he is in charge. He keeps his promises even when you and I do not. When God says that we shouldn't worship idols, that's not for us, that's for him. Do you think God needed Jeroboam's worship? No, of course not. God is not lacking in anything, but worshiping an idol malforms us.
Jeroboam was decadent, idolatrous, and proud. His refusal to listen killed him, but here's the good news. God keeps his promises even when we don't. Jeroboam's failures did not prevent God's promise about Josiah from coming true. 300 years later, an 8-year-old named Josiah is made king. God promised to unify Israel and to, in fact, unify every nation, tribe, and tongue. And that promise came to fruition a few hundred years after Josiah through a man named Jesus. It's not a question of whether you can stop God's plan. It's your experience of life with God or against God.
God keeps his promises even when we don't. This is good news. This Sunday, we'll continue our series on the fall of the house of David, and in Bible Fellowship, we'll discuss James 3 and 4 about the path of wisdom. Join us and bring a friend.